Open, hosted by Simray South Africa. I'm Jason Holden-Jones, and I'm happy to be with my good friend Philip Lategan. Philip, we're in for an exciting
User joined your channel.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think the audio level is now fine. Thank you, Patrick, for pointing that out in the chat. And we are doing this live stream for the very first time at SimRace South Africa, so there will be technical issues to iron out as we go through the evening, so please bear with us and we will work to improve that for the next stream. In a moment we'll be joined by my co-commentator Philip Lategan. We'll get him on the line.
Good evening, Jason.
Good evening, Philip.
Well,
welcome to the stream, and I think we're in store for a good race, Philip. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. Some very good names on that grid. An exciting track. Very, very much excited for this race.
Yes, certainly we have a lot of seasoned sim racers in this race with the likes of AGBS's Boyd Bryson and Geert James in this race, and arguably could be the favourites to win this race. However, this track is a big leveler, as James has come out and said on the forum today. Sort of Mark Embry of HRT saying that this is sort of AGBS's race for them to lose. And James came out and said, listen, it's not so easy, this is a big leveler, and one mistake on this over 25 kilometer circuit it's the end of the game. So yes, the guys will be looking a lot more about consistency instead of flat out pace, I feel. And perhaps that might bring in the likes of Mark Embry, who had a good run here last year in 2015 in the South African Sim GT series in his Mercedes-Benz. Unfortunately getting it all wrong on entry to the GP circuit, but this time I think he's trying to prove a point here, together with his teammate and team principal Chris Heineke of HRT, Heineke Racing Team. And Philip, who do you think is going to do well at this circuit?
Jason, like you mentioned, there's a couple of good professionals here. I also fancy the likes of Geert and Boyd, but don't leave out guys like Jason. Having kept a bit of track on the WhatsApp group today, there's certainly very much huge excitement for tonight's race. I think it's all about keeping it off the curbs and keeping on the black stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. James was asking about the track limits earlier, and I just said to him, I don't think we need to worry about track limits because these curves are absolutely brutal around the circuit. And if you go off, if you just touch one of those curves, it's goodbye.
Exactly. I think today is pacing yourself, like I said earlier, keeping it on the black stuff. And hats off. I mean, it's going to be about finishing the race, and not about pure pace.
Absolutely. Just to sort of go through the field, we've got guys sim racing at home from all over the country. We have the likes of Boyd Bryson in Durban, and here at James in Cape Town. And I mean, we even have Ian Watkins, who is a Brit, but is currently living in Cape Town. And I'll just go to the place where the guys are racing from. We have Mark Embry from Roodepoort. No, I beg your pardon, he's from Port Elizabeth. No, I beg your pardon again, his teammate Chris Heineke is from Roodepoort in Joburg. And through the rest of the names here. There's Mark McGears in Johannesburg, Ami Shure is in Johannesburg. We have Ryan Hill, currently living in Cape Town but grew up in Port Elizabeth. We have Matthew Boy in Pretoria. Matthew Boy, pardon, Kerry Crawford from Pretoria. Peter van Vieren. Well, Eugene Niebert, Russell Mayer in East London. He actually lives 1 kilometer from Potter's Pass, from the track in East London, so that's quite interesting. So go figure where his passion and interest comes from. And he said to me, and you'll know as well, that he said that he only started sim racing this year, and he can't believe that he didn't start earlier. And he had a Ford Escort that he developed very quite in depth, but he needed to sort of. He actually sold it because he was going to New Zealand, but that didn't work out. So
Yes.
yeah.
There's a name here that excites me,
Yeah.
Jason. I haven't raced against Eugene Niebert yet.
Yes.
But I did watch the Sim HTC race earlier this year, and I believe he got his first pole there, but unfortunately he had to retire due to a bad line. And I think he's maybe one to watch out for. I haven't raced against him, but just that pole, it was something to take note of.
Yes, absolutely. That race at Wanza, that was race 2 in the ACC round. For our viewers, if you'd like to watch that race, that is on our YouTube channel for view on demand. And yes, he surprised a lot of guys with putting his Alfa Romeo on pole position, and it was absolutely brutal. Then he had the connection problems on putting away from the grid, so much so that he had to retire from the race. But oh, what could have been at that race?
Yes, exactly.
He did stamp his authority by claiming the pole position. And we look forward to what he can do in this race and in future events.
Most definitely.
Also,
I mean, the D10 cars are a bit older, but very much there's some characteristics that is in the GT2 cars, in that there's no ABS brake. So I think he's got a very good chance today.
yes, absolutely. Eugene as well is somebody that only started sim racing this year, actually, at Sim Race SA. So he's got a lot of potential to show, I'm sure. We look
Definitely.
forward to see how he does.
Also very excited to see what the HRT guys can do. They've been going at it for about 2 years now. I wouldn't call Chris Heineke my nemesis, but we certainly always end up on the same spot, on the same track when I still used to race earlier this year. So I'm also very excited to see what those two guys can do. They certainly love their sim racing. They're there for all the races. Very passionate about it, and yeah, looking forward to those two gentlemen on track.
Yes, absolutely. Like I said earlier, Mark Embry, I think, has got something to prove here at the Lategan compared to what happened in the last race here last year. So, and then Chris Heineke is always getting faster, and I think they're learning a lot from each other as they practice for the different events, and I think they are developing a lot with their setup work.
Most definitely.
We'll see how it goes. And then we have some new drivers joining this race, actually racing for the first time at Sim Race South Africa, and that is from Team Useless, Louis Jacobs and Kurt Bosch. They're entering in this race for the first time. And of course, that does bring an element of unknown into this event, names that we do not know.
Yes, of course.
And so, this race could throw some surprises, of course.
They couldn't have picked a worse track to start their racing career, so
Yeah, Talk about a baptism of fire.
Exactly. No, most definitely. I'm excited to see what you guys can do. I've never raced against them, but it will certainly give me an idea of what I'm up against next year when I'm back on track.
Absolutely. I'm just going to change the view here. Got a question from the chat from Lisandro Barnard. How many cars on the grid for tonight? Well, we are expecting 20 cars on the grid. We had 21 sort of planned for, but unfortunately Grant Hyde cannot make it last minute. We look forward to seeing him in future events.
While we're on the subject of cars, Jason,
Yes.
the different mix of cars, what do you think? I'll tell you where my question is from. I've been reading up a bit about the cars over the weekend, and different characteristics for different cars, different power outputs. My view is that the vet will certainly have the legs on the straights, but might struggle a bit in the corners. What do you think?
Yes, I think the vet is a bit more powerful down the straight, especially down the long back straight. But I think the BMW M2 or M3 GT2, as well as the Ferrari 458 GT2, does have it around the corners. So I think we're in for an exciting race. It is very difficult to pass this around this track at times. So yes, if the Corvettes can get out front, it will be difficult for the Ferraris and BMWs to find a way past, especially before that big long straight.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. As Kevin Lawrence is saying in the chat, the Corvette is an epic fast driving. The big V8 itself is fantastic. But of course, you also got the high revving, screaming Ferrari and the high pitch of the BMW M3. Fantastic to listen to as well. I also listed that the Corvette is quite sort of pointy in the corners, and it can lead to quite a severe oversteering limit if the guys are too aggressive into the corners. It's something that Jason Osmeyer pointed out. Yes, well, we do have just over 5 minutes left of the final pre-practice, where then we'll go to qualifying. It'll be a 20-minute qualifying session, which is enough time for just one outlap and one qualifying lap. So
The pressure then.
a lot of pressure, and as I said, one mistake on the corners and it will cost you dearly, because it is, lap time is sort of 8.5 minutes around the circuit. So if you do sort of come short during your flying lap, it would be very difficult to get back to the pits in time in order to be able to do another flying lap.
Most definitely. At the practice times here, Jason, we've got Boyd Bryson sitting at an 8:21. I assume it's Mark sitting at an 8:28. Quite a big difference there of about 7 seconds. Earlier today, I actually saw times tumbling down to 8:18s by Khad Jade. I think qualifying is going to be very interesting.
I think so, yes. I actually did see an 8:17 by James
really?
earlier, so I think that is going to be sort of the target for everybody else. I have not seen his teammate Boyd Bryson match that just yet, but Boyd does tend to sort of come sort of find that extra pace right at the last minute.
Exactly, yes.
We look forward to seeing that happen again.
No, I mean those two guys, they've got a wealth of experience. They just recently, I recall, competed in a international race where they did very well until about halfway through the I think it was a 12-hour or 24-hour, where their car had damage and they had to retire.
Yes, Cat James and Boy Bryson do race for Team Flatline in the VEC, the Virtual Endurance Championship, and they had some good success. But yes, certainly that 24-hour race was very difficult, and of course in a multi-class race such as the Virtual Endurance Championship, what they do, it is very difficult with different classes and the sort of the LMP1s and LMP2s sort of driving around you, and it does bring another element to sim racing. Can prove tricky, and Team Flatline with Cat and Boyd running, actually running a Corvette like the ones you see in this race. So they're running the GT class, which is much slower than the prototype classes, and it can be very difficult to sort of navigate your way sort of away from those LMP1 and 2 cars, and if they sort of are too aggressive, it's difficult to sort of avoid them. So, but I mean, no such thing in this race is you're running only just one class for this race, just the GT cars.
Yeah, sorry, I lost you there for a second, Jason. Just maybe for the viewers, format for today, how many laps? We're anticipating some pit stops, which can also make it a bit interesting. What happens with damaged cars? Do they actually retire to the pits and get it fixed? Can they get back into the race?
Yes, so the qualifying session is just 20 minutes. So it's just sort of an arc lap and then a flying lap, which brings in a challenge in itself. And then we have a race of 12 laps, which should be around probably just short of 2 hours with a pit stop or 2. And yes, it'll be very much up to what the teams and their strategy and what they decide to do. Will they go for a 1-stopper or a 2-stopper? And obviously we have the different compounds in tires. We have the super softs, the softs, the mediums, the hards, and yes, that's what the teams have been doing, testing each tire compound to see which is best for this race, and of course their strategy. And we look forward to seeing how that comes into play later on.
Most definitely. I've been watching some practice this afternoon, and you can pretty much just get 6 laps out of those mediums, so it's going to be tight for 1 stop, unless you go with a hard.
Yes, I think the medium tire is actually quite durable around here. Of course, it's very dependent on how the drivers treat the tires. This new tire version of Assetto Corsa or Kunos, who developed the simulator, they went from version 7 to version 10 recently, and that's sort of made the tire more sensitive, and very much depends on how the drivers treat the tires and how long they can make them last.
Practice is over, so I assume the guys are just finishing off their laps.
Yes, they'll be finishing off the laps. We'll go to qualifying after that. Just tending to some issues from a couple of the drivers at the moment. Welcome to qualifying of the 2016 Green Hell Open. You're watching James do his flying lap, his only flying lap for qualifying, and so far it's been a good one.
Most definitely, Jason. It's all very controlled in that car. I'm watching it from the onboard view. No major issues. I did notice in the out lap that Lloyd had an off.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and speeds on the straight in excess of 280 k's an hour. So let's see what these guys can do. I assume some of them are on soft tires for their qualifying runs. I think we'll see sub 20 times for this qualifying.
Yeah, I'm going to do one better. I think we're going to see an 819, so maybe an 18.5. Depending on how far the guys are pushing. Obviously, this is almost a 2-hour race, so while qualifying is important, you do have those 2 hours to catch up the guys in front, and then you do have the pit strategy to try and undercut
Oh, James
the other
just had an
drivers.
off.
And James just had an off. He just clipped a curve there at Brightside corner there, and around he goes. He's going to try and get it going because he knows that he can't get back for a flyer.
That
Here
affects
comes Russell
Russell's.
Mayer. I think we're in it for a surprise P1 here, as we know earlier that Boyd Bryson made an error. He went, and Russell Mayer is going strong, and so is his teammate Eugene Niebout. Would we see a Stormfront Racing 1-2 on the grid?
Oh, and
Definitely
James is
think that
retiring
is
his car.
possible. And James is out. He may start from the back of the field, so that's the first big shock of this special event. I'm going to try and see if we can go on board with Russell Mayer.
Making it very easy. And I see we've got another yellow flag on track. Somebody must have been off.
And I'm going to try and pick up Russell Mayer. Being able to catch up with Russell Mayer, but we are with his teammate Eugene Niebout, who's also on a strong lap of the team. Thank you, Lizandra. We are trying with the live stream. I know there are big pauses between speaking. I'm trying to juggle cameras and talking and getting the right drive on track at the same
Bryson
time.
at 8.16, Jason. 8.16.
Oh wow, so he did recover in time to put out that lap. And he's blown expectations wide open.
Wide open, yes.
8.16, that is huge. And I think that would be enough to give him pole position.
Most definitely, with his teammate out of contention, I think he's got it in the bag.
I think so. And I think we can report a huge fight there from Cat James from the further back in the field.
Dean Niemand on a 8:36.932.
Yeah, so he must have had a couple of issues on that run, unfortunately. Crawford with an 8:25.
Very respectable time.
Marginally behind Russell Mayer. Good effort by Kerry Crawford, my teammate in the South African Simulation Formula 3 Championship. I'm glad to see him doing well. This time driving for BNX Sim Sports. Just over 1 minute remaining. Who can sort of bring that surprise? Fritz Heineke down 32 seconds behind. A couple issues for him on his run.
And Ian Watkins also looked to have a very good run with a 9:02.
One thing's definitely determined from the stream is that we need a separate cameraman. It's very difficult trying to swap between things. So yes, this is our very first live stream, so we are going to come across issues like this, and that's fine. Not a constructive sort of criticism coming from the not criticism, but constructive suggestions from the chat line, and thank you very much for that from the YouTube chat. Jason Absma in 5th position and Amri Sinrain in 4th. A good run there by Amri Sinrain for M2 Racing. Just 9 seconds off the pace. Jason Absma in 5th, also a good run by him. Followed by Mark Hembry. Mark Hembry not quite delivering as I thought he would do. But yes, he is there in 6th position. Neboat in 7th. The session has come to a close, so we'll just wait for the rest of the drivers to finish their run.
Jason, I just looked at Shiraz Dada here, and he's retired the car to the pits.
That's unfortunate for Shiraz.
Betting no time.
Betting for Team RC Fanatics. But I do know Shiraz does try very hard, and I look forward to seeing him giving it all in the race. His teammate Osman Pali not here, unfortunately. I know he would have loved to be in this race, but he will be getting back to sim racing in the next couple of months, I've heard, so I'm ecstatic for that.
One car left on track now, Kurt. Just finishing up. Passing the finish straight. Second.
I'm going to go.
Well done.
Well done. Russell May, the in-game champ, winning his teammate on. I think Eugene's on another lap, but I don't think he's going to be able to finish that lap. No, he's not. The session has come to a close, unfortunately. But there we have it. We have Boyd Bryson on pole position for AGBS. Russell Mayer in a surprise second position for Stormfront Racing. He'll be very excited about that. Kerry Crawford in 3rd position for Stormfront Racing, followed by Amrish Sinarain for M2 Racing. Cat James in I would say, disappointing 5th. We look forward to actually doing very well to be in 5th position after his... let me just keep him in the right time, I think, yeah. Jason Osma in 6th position, Mark Hembry in 7th, Eugene Neboat in 8th, Louis Jacobs in 9th, Matthew Boy from 10th. Heineken 11th. Baldu's. I've always battled the surname Sweegers, I think. Please correct me in the chat if you know how to say that surname correctly. I apologize, Baldu. Yeah, you got that, Philip. Ian Watkins in 13th, followed by Kurt Brash. It's a good run by Kurt there. Steve McCarthy from 15th. His brother Sean also competing in this race. His brother Sean starts from 17th. Ryan Hill from 16th. Shiraz Dada 18th. Mark McGee 19th. It's a little run of the field. 19 cars on the grid for the start of this race.
Of the tire choices here, Jason. Most of the guys are mediums. We've got Russell Mayer on soft, so I assume he's doing a 2-stop.
It looks to be so, yes. Unless it's come with some sort of a setup trick, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And looking down the field, in number 15th, there's another soft option. Number 16th, Ryan Hill, the same. Yeah, I think we. Guys are going to have to look after their tyres. Very, very excited. We're off.
And we're off. We have started the pacing phase of the start, where the drivers will pace until the exit of Dunlop corner, where they'll speed up to race pace in single file. That is the race start we have adopted here at Sim Race Africa to avoid incidents in the first corner. And it seems to work very well. It's going to I'm going to try and pick up the leaders. Bear with me. Here we are with the race start. The driver's about to start the race. And they've hit that point, and off we go. Up here we go.
Russell Meyer all over the back of Bryson.
Wow. May
just-
looking to push on very early on and get on with the business.
Most
And,
definitely he has.
we
He's
might-
got an extra stop.
We may see a strategy player from Boyd Bryson holding up the two guys behind him to bring his teammate Cat James into play from the 5th position.
James already up to third.
There's a magic start here for James from 5th position. He's Holden-Jones qualifying lap.
Oh, and Boyd.
Boyd Bryson crashes out of the lead. Can Russell may take advantage of that? Yes, Russell May is to the front of this race. This is a big upset here. Stormfront Racing leading AGBS.
Russell with a big lockup. Sorry, Boyd, capitalize on that.
Oh, it's getting the pressure from Boyd Bryson. Of course, Bryson is well experienced in this situation where May is not so. May is new to sim racing, and Boyd Bryson has been doing this for a very, very long time, many years. But so far, May is doing very well.
Down the field as well, Jason. Jason Asmeyer on the back of Paddock Crawford. Also looks to be an exciting deal coming up there. Still overtaking Dada at the back.
Ryan Hill.
Yes, and Good and McCarthy also overtaking Dada. Now to the back of the grid.
We are back with our race leaders, Russell May leading Boyd Bryson, Cat James right behind him.
James actually catching up to the leaders.
James is showing some great pace here during the opening stages.
Most definitely. I think these two guys tussling is actually playing into the hands of Cat James very nicely. Jason, just looking down the grid, we've got Absmeyer on Crawford, which looks like a fight shaping up very nicely.
Okay, I will try and pick them up. Thank you for that, Philip.
Jason all over the back of Crawford.
I didn't get to see that right now.
Just running down the field, I see Bert must have had a huge off with some serious damage to the front of his car. What he does about that, and we've got a car on the pits. Sorry, Jason, we just missed this, but
Yeah.
Boyd has overtaken Maya again for the lead.
Oh, wow. So we have a change in the lead. Fantastic. Wow.
James still running third, Crawford still fourth, Jason Absmeyer on his tail, Thursday in fifth, Mark still running at sixth, and quite a few changes at the back of the grid. Hill now running at 18, must have had an off. He was running strongly earlier, and correct me on the pronunciation of the surname, but Omrish is in the pits. Looks like he's retiring the car.
Oh, that's a big pity for Amrish Sinaran. Let's see if he can get that Corvette going again for MG Racing.
And we've got McCarthy also sitting in the pits. Boyd actually pulling out a very nice lead now to Russell Meyer.
The Kerry Crapper put in some great pace in 4th position, staying in contact with Boyd Brass in 3rd position. So this is just another battle to watch out for.
And Mark Hannaberry on Jason. You need to follow that one.
Okay, let's try to
It's,
get back there.
Guys have been going at it for
But it's only
few
one
laps
car
now.
away. It's only one car away, so I should be able to get it.
There we
Let's
go.
see.
Are we following that battle, Jason?
I'm trying to get there.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm watching some inboard footage from Mark's car, and it's quite noticeable how the Corvette pulls out in the straights, and then Mark's got him back in the corner with in the N3. Looking at the field here, we just had Ian Watkins overtake Heineke.
I will eventually find Jason Osmo.
Running 5th. That helped. Get in.
Yeah, I think I finally got it. Wow, look at that. You can see. Jason Osmo currently leading Mark Embry. This is the battle for 5th position. And Jason Osmo, of course, entering is the speedstars.co.za car.
Whoa! Just had Louis Jacobs with an off, and he was closely following Matthew Boy, but he managed to pull it back and get back on track.
Mark Embry is right behind Jason Osmo now.
Let's see what he can do.
This is the battle to watch. I'm pretty sure at the moment.
Not sure what he can do about that, because they're just about to get onto the long straight, and I think the Corvette's going to have the legs on the M3. Got a very good drive out of that last corner.
Yes, he did. He's going to try and hang on
in the
to-
toe.
Yeah, he's going to try. He did well around that last corner, hanging on to Absmeyer down the long straight. In the toe, of course.
Yo,
And he's hanging with him. Look at that.
he's hanging with him.
I think he's going to go for a pass.
It's showing its power on the uphill. He's no slouch.
No, definitely not. So, team HRT getting their gearing absolutely spot on at the end of the M3 GT2, which should have no business hanging onto their Corvette down the long straight. But clearly, the team has got that car set up very, very well.
Might have another opportunity here with Jason defending on the inside right.
Along the straight we go. Absmeyer defending into turn one we go. Lock up there by Absmeyer. Will they make contact?
Whoa.
Yes, there is a bit of touring car racing there. Embry does very well not to rub the rear fender of Absmeyer's Corvette. Absmeyer, of course, driving for speedstars.co.za. That show on Ignition TV will be coming up in the next couple of months. And Jason Absmeyer is actually in that show. We look forward to seeing how he gets on in the Speedstars show.
My screen is showing here that Crafton just took Jason. Oh no, sorry.
And get on board with Mark Henry, but of course facing the right direction. Look at that from Mark. Yes, this is what we want to see. Absmeyer now pulling
Running
away
curves there,
from
taking
Mark
risks.
Henry. Yes, he's pushing very hard indeed. Great onboard shots here from the HRT BMW.
I suppose these guys have to keep into consideration their tyre usage, or it might, their strategies might go up in the air, and he's got him. He's right on his tail. Jason a lot early on the brakes. I assume is the characteristics of that the car he's driving.
Yeah, it's actually quite surprising because Jason Absmeyer is normally very aggressive on the brakes and tends to be one of the last of the late breakers, so clearly struggling maybe with that Corvette. And perhaps the Corvette simply doesn't stop as well, that is, as his Audi R8 GT3 car for Red Limit Racing in the South African Sim GT series.
And he goes a bit wide.
And he goes a bit wide. That leaves Mark with a good run.
So Mark is getting frustrated by it now. But this part of the track, I don't think there's any chance. Calm and
This is all that Mark can do here is really try and hang on to the rear of Absmeyer's Corvette as much as he can.
correct.
And perhaps try and pressurize Jason into a mistake.
Oh, and Mark.
No, he's made an error himself. He's understeered off that corner called 3 Fox Rex. Proper German coming out of there. And into Siphon we go. And this is a tricky part of the circuit. Down here under braking. A sharp left-hander. But Jason Osmeyer's opened up the gap there, of course, after the mistake from Embry. Hopefully Embry hasn't sustained too much damage. But he seems to be pushing hard nonetheless.
I think it's different camera angles here, and his car looks okay. Hopefully there's not any internal damages.
Let's have a look. Change the view. I'd like to formally advertise a job for a cameraman for SimRace South Africa. So if there's anybody listening to this and
Does it
would,
pay well?
enjoy, oh, it might pay well in a couple of years' time. You never know. But it might be a good time to be in my good books, I'm not sure. So yeah, so if you're listening to this and you fancy yourself as a cameraman or camera woman, don't forget, and you can send me an email at jason@simracesa.co.za. And yeah, so that job's formally open.
Jason got a bit of breathing space now.
Jason, we're trying to pull away from Mark Embry if we can now and use that area if I can be that's ultimately nice to get back to him. So at the moment we have AGBS leading 1-2.
1-2, we missed that.
As yes, we missed that unfortunately. And yes, Russell May has dropped down to 3rd position. Gary Crawford in a very strong 4th. Doing very well.
Very, very well. Running a bit
Jason
lonely there.
Jason Upton, of course, in 5th position, followed by Mark Embry. That is one of the battles we have been following. He's on screen now. Eugene Ebo to a strong 7th, followed by newcomer Louis Jacobs in 8th. A good run here by Team Useless, proving not to be so useless
After all.
I actually had a good laugh at that team though. But anyway, maybe trying to make other drivers underestimate them. Maybe it has worked. Matthew Boy in 9th. And Ian Watkins completing the top 10.
Having a good run so far.
Mark McGee also very strong in 11th. Obviously enjoying that Chev Corvette. And you're going to have to say this one, Bolden Swiggers. How do you say that?
Wiggers.
Wiggers.
Wiggers, yes.
Apologies, Baldu. And then Chris Heineck in 13th, followed by Steve McCarthy in 14th, Shiraz Dada in 15th, Kurt Bosch. Ambush Sinerain seems to have got going again. He leads Ryan Hill in 18th position. Fortunately, Sean McCarthy is retired from the race. So we are down to 18 drivers. Not too bad after starting with 19.
Jason, I can just alert you, I'm following Chris Heinecker, and his fuel levels are running very low, so we can expect probably our first proper stop of the race.
Yes, if some of the drivers have gone for a 2-stop, then yes, we could expect them to come in this lap, so lap 4, and then to stop again at lap 8 again.
And that's probably why Maya is falling down the grid. Probably those soft tyres that he opted to run with is gone by now, and he make his first pit stop.
Yes, very good point. Perhaps that was sort of what made up for his good pace at the start. Perhaps a light fuel load as well, sort of helping him through the slow corners. I no braking as well and accelerating, and
get some onboard footage from Russell Meyer, and there's no drama in the car. He's taking a bit. He's cautious, but not that far behind Boyd. He's just a couple of meters up the road. Still hanging in.
and we may see a surprising strategic play by May. Perhaps he's driving like that to conserve the tires and still going for a one-stopper.
Could be, could be.
But, perhaps by doing that, maybe it wasn't right to go with the mediums, or perhaps with the softs, or perhaps he didn't have the pace with the mediums.
Correct. I can tell you, I don't know what camera you're on now, Jason, but Mark is caught back up to Jason, and I think we both drivers on medium tires, so we'll be in for some exciting racing towards their pit stops.
Mark can be wrestling Jason Osmeyer once again, and he has come back for some more. He wants past that number 90 speedstars.co.za Corvette. I may in chat, yes, that is my email address, that's correct. I look forward to your application for cameraman.
Have you got a... Did someone buy it?
Yeah, I got an application already. See, live streaming works.
There we go.
Come on, sponsors. We do have Geekbox, which has sponsored this race and does a lot of the sponsorship for Sim Race South Africa. So, big thank you to Amri Sunarain at Geekbox for helping to make this live stream possible. And we're both working very hard in the background to develop sim racing as an esport in South Africa, and we had a big exciting announcement last week that the first major prize money sim racing competition worth $1 million was announced last week. So that's very exciting for sim racing, and I hope that we can, as South African sim racers, compete with the very best in the world. I'm sure we can do.
Of course, I think we've got some wonderful talent.
Gonzi, unfortunately we are not on live races at the moment, but that is a very good idea. I'm going to write that down right now. We can have live timing for the next event for the viewers to follow.
take my hat off here to Jason and Mark. This is relentless racing, and you guys are keeping it on the black stuff. Just shows you the talent that we've got here tonight.
Yes, absolutely, Philip. Simrace Africa has been going for, coming on this November 2012 when we started, so going on, almost 4 years, and a lot of these guys have been racing with us since then. Yes, a lot of practice has gone into being able to navigate a track like this without too many errors. Yes, and the driver's doing very well. Okay.
Mark with a very good run out of that last corner. Right on the tail of Jason. This is where he needs to get his corner right so he can get a good drive. Hopefully catch Jason on the straight.
We are back with our Absmeyer Henry battle raging on. They've been going at this for around, I think, 4 laps so far.
Yes, 4 or 5 laps.
4 long laps around the Nordschleife. Philip, do you see any other drivers as close as this around the circuit?
Not at the moment, they're pretty much spread out now. There is a battle shaping up nicely down in between Nivout and Jacobs, and Matthew Boy for that matter.
Okay.
We'll keep an eye out for that one.
Absolutely, if you can just keep tabs on their battle, we're going to follow this one, which is proving to be the closest so far. The Absmeyer pulling out the gap down that long back straight, and then we'll watch Henry come reeling in through the 50 stuff. So these two cars proving very evenly matched so far. What a pleasure it is to watch as well. In the chat, I'd like to know how you guys are watching this race. Are you watching it on your TV, casting it to your TV, or off your phones, or on your laptops, or desktops? I'm just interested to know. We've got laptops, we've got desktop gaming PCs, we've got iPads. Different devices being used to watch this race. I actually use a Google Chromecast, which I plugged into the HDMI port in my big screen TV. That's how I watch my online streams. back to the racing now. We have Mark Embry, who's just will not let up on Jason Hubsmeyer. He wants that 5th position.
Shiraz Dada going to part of the track, which is actually a recovery area. Had to turn the car around. Is now making his way back on track.
Hubsmeyer being very aggressive. Using the defensive line, you are allowed to make one move across the track in defense of your position as long as that other driver is not next to you. Hubsmeyer using that rule to full effect. I think we should go back on board with Embry.
Definitely, I'm looking at the same. I'm looking at the onboard footage, and it's. I tell you what, this is a. I tell you, Jason must be sweating by now. Or both of them actually. I mean, they've been going at it for 5 laps now. I can't imagine.
The concentration levels around this circuit are unbelievable when you're just by yourself and to have somebody hounding you. It must be really something else.
Definitely. Opened up the actual live feed on YouTube, and I've noticed that there is a bit of a delay between what I see and what the viewers see. So apologies if I sometimes say something and it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, Philip, actually you are perfect because you are commentating with the raw in-game feed, and that together will be delayed together into YouTube. So yeah, you need to watch the in-game raw feed and commentate on that, so it'll come together with a delay to YouTube. So it should come out right on the stream.
Jason, I've just noticed a comment here about Damien mentioning how much he loves the circuit and playing it on a PS4. Do you think there'll ever be an opportunity where guys on a PS4 can actually play with games on with guys on a PC?
I think we will see that. I think we might see that with the Setup Corsa 2, which of course has not been announced yet, but there's rumors about that. There's seeing crossplay between sort of the consoles and the PC setup. And I don't know, I think we'll only see it in about 5 years' time or so as an estimate.
Jason, I've just noticed somebody mentioned here that the commentary is very faint. I don't know if that's something we can have a look at. There's no commentary and then straight off that said, well, very faint.
Yeah, so,
look at our audio levels.
So some are reporting that it's fine and some say it's faint. So I'm not quite sure. Bonzo's, his comms are loud and clear, so we have a request to show Russell Mayer on the screen. I'm sure we can hook that up for you, Tina. Give me a call. I'm going to try and find Russell for you. So bear with me.
somebody else asking to go on board with Mark. It looks like a pass.
And Russell Mays into the pits. I'm going to try and pick up Russell now.
Alright, he's just exiting the pits.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Crawford.
And Russell's just
And
Russell,
Jason
Jason
just
Osmar
also just
just
passed.
slips past. Yeah. Well, that was crucial for Jason to get past Russell. I think we may see Russell
Yes.
find a way past.
On the brand new tires.
I'm still not with Russell, unfortunately. Bear with me, I'll find him.
Mark passing on Russell.
Trying to
Got the
get
inside
to
line,
the battle.
but Russell manages to keep it. Everybody in the loop while Jason sorts out the cameras.
Yeah.
We've got Boyd Bryson leading with his teammate James following. Crawford running in third, Jason still running in fourth. With Russell Meyer now in fifth after having his pit stop. Mark running in sixth. Dean Nevots in seventh. Followed by Matthew Boy in eighth. Ian Watkins running now at ninth. Mike McGee at 10th. Chris Heineke 11th. Wichers at 12th. Omrish at 13th. Jacobs 14th. Carthy at 15th. Dada 16th. Ryan Hill in 17th. And Kurt 18th. That completes the field. But Russell looking still to pass Jason, with Mark following closely.
What is the problem with the pits? The camera seems to be stuck for some reason.
Here we go. Back on.
There's some action.
And you're currently following Ian Watkins. Here we go.
And we're right back with our battle. Jellikina, there's Russell for you. Hope you're watching now. Unfortunately, sorry about that.
Got the inside line there. And
He's got the inside line, great move there.
Now you can get on with Grace. And you put Wog inside of Jason. Trying to capitalize on.
You can see the difference with Russell Mayer's tyres. He's just able to pull away. Mayer, of course, on the soft tyre as well. And oh, there goes Embry. Big spin.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, that has unraveled that battle between Absma and Embry. Russell Mayer can pull away from Absma. Jellikin, I'm glad I got your name right. I've got a sister Jessica, so that did help me pronounce your name. Kevin in chat, Mark had his spin, unfortunately he was following Jason Upside very closely, but unfortunately I think he hit a bump and unsettled the car and around he went. He's fallen back around 6 seconds, I think.
Another battle down the field that's shaping up nicely. Ian Watkins and Matthew Boy running very close together.
Yeah, we can try and pick them up.
Steve McCarthy, it's good. Oh, I'm just following the leader, Boyd Bryson. Just had a huge off at T13, trying to get it back on track.
It's good. Cat James was about 15 seconds behind Boyd last time round.
And right on Boyd's, and Boyd's entering the pits, which releases Cat James. Oh no, they're following each other into the pits. Both teammates in the pits for the pit stop.
Both AGBS cars into the pits. But clearly that team feeling that the one stop at the halfway stage is the right way to go.
That should be interesting because they're both going to be released more or less at the same time.
To Russell May now to see where AGBS joins in front of him, and maybe we might see Russell May into the lead of this race. Let's see.
Russell's just coming down the long straight now. No, and Boyd and Pat is out, back on track, in front of Russell. Jason, I think Gert made a huge mistake during his pit stop.
Yeah.
It didn't seem that he took on any fuel, which could see him back in the pits very soon. Oh, man. We had a couple of guys pit now, and just to tell the viewers what the leaderboard looks like at the moment, it's still Bryson leading the race in first, followed by James, James, but Russell Meyer now running in third, Tarek Crawford in fourth, Jason Asmeyer in fifth, Dean Nivo in sixth, Mark running now in seventh, just being passed by Ian Watkins now, so Ian Watkins now running in seventh. Mark must actually be in the pit because he's just been passed by Matthew Boy as well. Heineke running in 10th. Mike McGeer in 11th. Omerish in 12th. Swiggers in 13th. Jacobs 14th. Dada 15th. Ryan Hill in 16th. McCarthy in 17th. Kurt 18th. And another McCarthy in 19th, but I think that car was retired.
Russell may have a massive off. He gets it going again, but he's sure to have lost a bit of time to Gerrit Crawford in third position. On screen, we're watching the M2 Racing drivers. Mark McGeer leading Amish Sinneran. Those two drivers doing well in this race.
Very well. Get some comments here on the feed, and we are referred to Russell now as Noonie.
As Noonie? Russell must change his username on the forum to Noonie.
Delinica's saying, bring it home. Bring it home, Noonie. There we go. And James Boyd now catching up to Sean McCarthy, and he has a huge slide, and that does very well to avoid that.
he just slips by Ian Watkins. I don't think Watkins has done a pit stop just yet. Hungary back into 7th position. Just received my second application for the position of cameraman, so that's fantastic.
We need to urgently make that appointment.
It's something we're going to fix for the next live stream.
Had just passed the pits, I assume he took on fuel, though his car's showing fuel tank.
Oh, is that a miscalculation in fuel for Holden-Jones? It's easy to do. I've done it before in racing myself and sort of short fueling the car without realizing it.
Oh, we got Matthew Boyd disconnected from the server, some technical issues.
Oh, that's a big
That is
pity.
very unfortunate. He was running very well in the 11th place.
Fortunately, technical issues are a big part of sim racing and can be sometimes more than actual racing. With all the sort of disconnections, it can be absolutely brutal when you're doing so well in the race. Just ask James, he was on course for victory at Spa. And he started putting Sim GT around there in the lead, and he disconnected from the server. It cost him that race. Unfortunately, the same has happened to Boy.
Field is pretty much spread out now. No battles going on.
I think
Thanks,
we're going to go back to the leaders then.
We had a request here from Graziano for an onboard with Gert.
Oh, we can do that.
Make that happen.
Let me
Jason?
do my utmost here.
McCarthy also disconnected from the server with a technical issue.
You can see the two M2 racing cars going ham and tongs at each other. I don't think there's much team orders going on there at M2 Racing. Sinran and Miguel battle it out.
Just to answer a question here on the live feed, how many laps could you get on a full tank? I calculated earlier today that you get 142 litres complete the full race distance. If that helps, Graziano.
There's a rule that each driver must do one pit stop. So that's the difference.
We got a pass. Annenberry passing Watkins on track.
Yeah, he did pass him before, so I wonder if Hembry did have another off.
Possibly.
Would be.
While we wait for that view, another update on standings at the moment. Still got Bryson leading. Racing first, Chad James in second, third, Peffin in fourth, Jason Asmeyer in a solid fifth, Burt in sixth, Annenberry in seventh, Watkins in eighth, having just passed Amarish in ninth, Mike McGeer in 10th, Vickers 11th, Jacobs 12th, Heineke in 13th, Charles Dada in 14th, Ryan in 15th, and then we've got our non-finishers, Matthew Boy, McCarthy, third, and another coffee.
Yes, and while you said that we had a change in order, Amrish Simmeren has moved into ninth after Mark McGeer had a spin. Yeah, Jalikina, I'm just enjoying this stream. Obviously there are a couple of technical difficulties to sort out, but nevertheless, I'm enjoying doing this and we will do this much more in the future. It's great to interact with the fans of sim racing. Thank you for watching. I'm going to try and get to the leaders. I think it'd actually be better last time if we do like sort of an automatic camera changing. Let's swap between the cars every 1 minute or so. We are
Mark
back
McGeer
with,
had another off.
yeah, I think Mark is struggling with damage at the moment. Had a big off at the carousel as well. I think he needs to nurse their car home if he has to finish this race. We are back with our race leader Boyd Bryson. Certainly came under pressure during the race start, but consistency is king here, and he's just been able to hold out on his teammate. And any further attacks from Russell Mayer. certainly at this late stage of the race, AGBS doing very well. It is an AGBS 1-2 at the moment. As they continue their fine form, they're currently doing very well in all the championships at Sim Race South Africa, leading the SSM GT Series Teams Championship, the HTC Championship, as well as the F3 Championship. I'm trying to take it to them in F3, but it's very, very difficult. But we'll be working hard to take it to them during the next F3 round at Uman. Certainly Boyd Bryson looking very comfortable at the moment. Focus on Ryan Hill, currently in 15th position. He does have Boyd Bryson coming up behind him. Ryan Hill will be soon be receiving blue flags to let the faster car past. Hill doing very well to move aside for Boyd Bryson. Soon he will have Cat James to do the same for. But that Ferrari of Brian Hill looking very tidy at the moment, not as second hand as the rest of the field, I must say. James successfully navigates Ryan Hill without too much trouble, so great driving by both drivers. Holden-Jones looking very comfortable in 5th position. After breaking away from Mark Embry, unfortunately with a couple of errors around the circuit, and this allowed Absma to move away from him. Yeah, Gonzo in chat. Actually, Stefan Natal, the sort of the boss of the people that, or SRO that organised the Blancpain GT, actually spoke about the Blancpain GT race at the New Kyle Army in, I think, in 2018. So I think we can look forward to that. It's not confirmed yet, but he sort of announced the plans for it.
Definitely a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I think so. And yeah, no, there's a connection between Kyle Army and Porsche now. So it sort of suggests that perhaps we're going to see WEC a race there sometime as well. I don't know, just sort of feel that that's going to happen one day. So.
Now that would be fantastic. Can you imagine the likes of Kevin and brother racing in a series like that on a home track?
Yeah,
that would draw some very nice crowds.
Yeah, because Calvin is going to Blancpain GT now.
That is correct.
And his brother Sheldon will be definitely there. I think Sheldon's proven his pace time and time again, doing very well in the Audi TT Cup in Europe. Besides the last race on Sunday where his car caught a lot. And I was shouting at the screen, "Get out the car, Sheldon! Get out the car!"
Yeah, he's less time to close the door and have a look at it.
Yeah, he sort of opened the door and then he walked around the back of the car. I don't think he realized the car was on fire. And then he sort of was like, the car's on fire. And he's sort of pointing at the marshals. So, yeah, I'm glad he's okay because that was a bit scary for a couple of seconds.
That's scary. It's quite a huge accident in that. There was a couple of cars involved in it.
Yeah, there was like 5 or 6 cars taken out on it. sort of that approach to turn 3 at the GP circuit of the Lategan, you know.
Apart from the leaders, there's a couple of guys that need special mention here. I think Russell's running a fantastic race, and so is Griffin and Asmai. I mean, those guys, especially number 3 and 4, are punching above their weight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Russell and Garrett, they're both M-class drivers at Sim Race SA this year, so they're really doing very well. Sort of taking it to the sort of the bigger guns. Yeah, no, it's great. So sort of the sim racing at Sim Race South Africa, it's growing all the time with new faces joining, especially the last, I'd say, 6 months or so. We had quite a big influx of new drivers, so it's pretty very positive for the future going forward. Definitely think there's a lot to look forward to.
Definitely.
I read your mind, Jelikina.
Want a live feed of Nuni?
Yeah, sorry, I'm not giving you too much of a hard time about that.
Not at all. I'm just kidding.
Well, I can speak for myself, I don't know about the other guys. We might see a couple of hashtags Nunis in the race reports afterwards. We'll have to
I've
see.
already seen some comments, and that was actually uncalled for. The guy's already been nailed for that.
Yeah, Nuni is on par for a podium. Gonza, so we'll see.
I don't know if this is for track position, Jason, but between Mike and help me out with the surname again, Omrish,
Yeah.
there's just been a pass. So I don't know if he's unlapped himself. Actually, no, it was for position.
Is that Eugene and Amrish?
Yes.
Yeah, that's for position.
For position,
yes.
just past Mike McGear.
Yeah, interesting move here by Amrish going for the soft tire as well. So clearly that's working in his favor at the moment. Perhaps Eugene will come back then later on the mediums.
I think he's running out of time though. Got 2 laps to go.
Yeah, that's right.
There's enough time for a pit stop and a pass on track.
Yeah, hopefully we won't just have Nunis in the next stream. Maybe we'll have some bunnies and some whatever else the pet names are. Or the names are. Could be a thing at Sim Race South Africa. Jellica, you can head that up. You can come join our forum and we'll start the
trend.
Start the nicknames. And then Russell can be the first one to have one. on screen we have Kerry Crawford for BNX Sim Sports.
Jason following not very far behind, Jason.
Yeah.
Might see some action if one of them makes a mistake.
Yeah, he's about 30 seconds behind Russell.
Effort to Absmeyer.
That is, we're looking at also about 30 seconds, so it's quite evenly spread out there. Boyd has opened up the gap. Our leader Boyd Bryson has opened up the gap back to his teammate by around, I'd say about 8 seconds or so. I think James is nursing a bit of damage at the moment, and it's just looking to bring it home in second position. But perhaps we can have a late surge about Russell, but we are in the penultimate lap of this race. He's running out. As you can imagine, on such a track after going on almost after this period of time, the cars are spread out.
Very much so. A bit of a difficult to comment.
It is a bit, yeah. This is when the sprint races are half an hour, so there's much more action, much shorter circuit.
One of those.
But this type of racing was wonderful. Bjorn in the chat, you're looking at about 2 retirements. We did have 19 starters and we've got 17 still running, so it's not too bad.
No, not at all.
Drivers falling out, it says quite a bit for the stamina of the drivers. It's great to see.
Marcus Stein.
Yeah, Marcus,
back,
it's
Marcus.
12 laps.
Welcome, Gabriel.
Welcome, Gabriel.
Surprised not to see you racing. I think what we should do, Jason, is tell everybody to stop on the grid, and we go for a one lap sprint.
1 lap sprint. Oh, Boyd would love that.
With a reverse grid.
Thanks, Marcus. Yeah, it's pretty cool so far. Obviously, there's some teething problems being our first live stream, but we'll get those ironed out as we do the next couple of ones.
Oh, and we need a cameraman, Marcus. If you're up for it, Jason, you can pay good money.
No, we want to see him on track.
No, of course.
Boyd Bryson driving beautifully at the moment. Our defending champion from the 2015 South African Sim GT Series. Currently trying to defend that title from Jonathan Mokotsi, which is proving a bit more difficult than what he's used to, but a brilliant clash between those two great sim racers in South Africa. Graziano, yeah, our problems are more manpower. I think we had sort of dedicated cameraman to do the work, or we had like sort of automatic camera changing every minute or so. I think it would be better to also allow sort of more sort of time for each driver on track to be on screen. I think that's one of the shortfalls of this stream at the moment. I'd like to see more of the guys on screen more often. So something we have to work on. There are things we can do. But I think generally the sort of the hardware running and stuff and the internet line and stuff we're running is fine. I think the streams come out well on YouTube itself from an image quality perspective. And also running at 60 frames per second too, which is fantastic, I think. Boyd Bryson is about to cross the line to begin the final lap of the 2016 Green Hill Open, brought to you by SimRace South Africa in partnership with Geekbox. Of course, for anybody watching this, if you do join SimRace South Africa as a premium member, you do get great discounts on hardware. That includes sim racing equipment as well, so pedals and wheels, and of course the normal computer stuff, graphics cards, towers, anything you think of. So maybe if you would like to join the 2017 season and perhaps take advantage of that deal. Another way that Geekbox is trying to help SimRace South Africa grow sim racing as an esport.
Comments on Boyd's driving, and I have to concur. I mean, this guy really just no issues in the car, all calm and collected, on his way to victory at the Nürburgring.
Yes, absolutely. The lead is now more than 23 seconds, 23.2. I think he'll be sort of looking to run it towards the end without pushing too hard.
Another huge battle on here for 8th place with Ian Watkins and Omrish following very, very closely.
Let me go back there because I've just moved away from them.
Like Ian is running out of tyres, but Omrish all over the back end.
Yeah, Omrish, don't forget, is on the soft tyres, so that strategy has worked well for Omrish.
Oh, and Mark, sorry, Ian had a bit of an off there, and he passes. Got him.
Wow.
further down the field, Jason, we've got Louis Jacobs right on the back of Valdus Swiggers. Got some action in the last lap here.
Hey.
They are down in 11th and 12th.
Everything tough. See if I can pick them up.
Baldo defending, Jacobs on the inside. Cuts him off.
We're with them now. This is a great battle in the closing stages of this race.
Down the straight. He's in his toe. I think he's got the move done. But he's coming back at him.
Yeah.
Side by side.
Using the
and he
slipstream
takes
down
it
the
back.
mid straight.
Oh my word, that was excellent. That was brilliant.
Good stuff by Valdo and Louis. Fighting for 11th position, but is no less frantic than at the front.
Some brilliant driving, I have to say.
Absolutely.
Great respect between the two drivers.
These two guys racing for the very first time at Sim Race South Africa. Great to see.
Oh. Maybe on the inside at the
Not
bottom
letting up, yeah. Mulder is slightly wide there. Louis trying to use the better drive at that last corner.
through the Macha S.
But we are going to turn back to Boyd Bryson. About to approach the final sector of the map. I think Boyd Bryson is waiting for his teammate for a photo finish. I'm going to try and get him before he does so. He's helping me out as well. I think he's watching the stream while racing.
That is brilliant.
And Boyd Bryson crosses the line to win the Green Hell Open. Ahead of Kat James in second, Russell Mayer It's coming down the long back straight.
Basically, need to follow this fight for.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back there.
You need to
I
get to
should
this.
never have
This is
left.
brilliant racing.
Russell Mayer approaching the line to take a well-earned podium result. Congratulations to him and Stormfront Racing. Great result for Russell Mayer.
Well, this week is a huge lockup. It's Jacobs right on his back.
Gary Crawford coming to take fourth position. Yes, and Absmeyer also approaching the final straight. He will take in fifth position for the speedstars.co.za team. Good result for Absmeyer.
Well done.
Mark Henry will come in behind him. 1 minute and 4 seconds behind.
Oh. Peter's made a mistake. That lets Jacobs right next to him.
Okay.
Bit nasty there by Holden Swickers. Gives us a
Really?
bit of a nudge. And there you go. You got it on. You got it on.
I've got it on.
Stop right there.
Tipping up right around, unfortunately. Mark Embry across the line to take 6th position for HRT. Next man down the road is Eugene Niebout.
Mulder taking it back. What a brilliant move.
Second place will go to Eugene Niebout. Great result here for Stormfront Racing. 3rd and 7th position. With the battle for 11th between Louis and Boulder.
I was going to go down to the wire for these two.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Oh, there's a big mistake there. I might just allow them to get back together though.
Yep, by the looks of it.
Amrish Sinrad finishes in 8th position. Good result there for Amrish.
Yeah, very well done there. He was running at the back at one stage.
Fortunately, the stream has ended. So that's adding another one to the experience list. Apologies for that. We will be adding more time for the end of the race for the next one. Fortunately, that is what has happened. Well, Philip, I think we enjoyed an exciting race there. It was a great race by AGBS to take that 1-2. We have Russell May in third position.
Most definitely. I think all the guys, if you just look at how many retirements we've got and how many guys actually finished, I think that's remarkable. I mean, to finish around this track is an accomplishment in itself.
Yeah, I think so too. And we didn't have that many retirements. I think we had, yeah, I'd say 4 in the end. So very good going by everyone indeed. Great effort by everybody. And yeah, it was a great experience with the live stream as well. Our first one. A lot of promises sort of, but we'll go through them as we go. Just trying to see if we will get anybody for an interview. It'll be interesting to hear from one of the drivers.
So who's your driver today, Jason?
Driver of the day, that's a tough one. Yeah.
It's a tough one. I think the top 3 is done very, very well.
Yeah. I mean, I would.
Gerrit Crawford for me. I think he punched above his weight. Fourth.
Yeah.
And Eugene Levoten 7th. I think that's those two are my standouts for today.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to Boyd Bryson this time around because I think, again, well, he's probably one of the favorites to win the race. But judging from the beginning stages, he didn't quite have the pace of his teammate James and Mayer. And I think through consistency and just consistency that he won this race, where the other guys perhaps pushed a bit too hard and fell off. And that's the reason why he has won this race, in my opinion. So yeah, another great result by Boyd Bryson.
Congratulations.
Very impressive, and he's proved once again that he is the man to beat, especially in an endurance race.
Definitely.
There's nobody queuing for an interview. So I think, Philip, we're going to wrap it up for this race. I want to thank you very much for joining me in commentary.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll do it again sometime. Perhaps
hopefully I can race soon.
Yeah, hopefully you can race soon, definitely. And
no, but anytime it was great.
Maybe
fun.
we will have 1 or 2 cameramen or camera women involved.
There we go.
Next time, I think, to make our lives a bit easier.
I think so too.
Yeah, and thank you to all the viewers who have watched the stream. It was a successful stream. We had a good number of people watching and watching for a decent amount of time, so that's very encouraging for us. We'll certainly pursue that further. And once again, thank you very much to Geekbox for helping support Sim Racing South Africa and helping to make this live stream possible. Well, from me, Jason Holden-Jones, thank you very much. And until next time, thank you very much. Goodbye.
User left your channel.